Hello, English learners, and welcome to Learn English Online.
Hello, everyone.
I am Liam,
And I am Luna.
and today we're diving deep into something super practical. One of those everyday situations, ordering coffee and snacks in English.
Right. Seems simple, but there's actually quite a bit going on there, isn't there? It's a mini conversation with its own rules.
Totally. Getting it right just makes you feel so much more confident using English in the real world.
Yeah.
So our mission today is to really unpack that interaction.
Yeah. We want to pull out the key phrases, sure, but also understand why certain things are said. The questions the barista asks, the polite little words.
Exactly. We're looking at a typical cafe dialogue, figuring out the patterns, the social cues, basically giving you a shortcut to sounding natural when you grab that next latte.
It's about decoding the what's and the why. Understanding the flow helps you anticipate what's next and respond smoothly. Less panic, more coffee.
Haha, exactly. More coffee, less panic. I like that. Okay, let's unpack this. Starting right at the beginning, you walk up to the counter. How do you kick things off?
Well, in the typical flow we looked at, the customer, Alex, starts with, "Hi there, could I get a small latte, please?"
Okay, simple enough. Could I get? Let's break that down.
Yeah, "could I get" is really common. It's a polite way to ask for something, softer than saying, "I want."
Right, less demanding.
Exactly. It's a request, not an order, technically. You could also use "I'd like," which is very standard too. Or maybe "can I have?" They all work.
Could I get feels maybe slightly more, I don't know, deferential.
Possibly. And the key thing Alex includes is "please."
Oh, yeah. Can't forget, please.
Absolutely not. It's small, but, it signals politeness, respect, makes it a proper request. Omitting it can sound quite abrupt in English.
So the takeaway is
hmm
start with a polite request phrase like, could I get, or I'd like. State your item, and always add, please. Short, polite, easy to copy.
Precisely. It sets a good tone for the whole interaction.
Okay, so you've politely asked for your latte. Here's where it gets interesting, right? The barista's turn. What's that first question you almost always hear?
Almost guaranteed, yeah. It's going to be for here or to go.
The classic.
They need to know if you're staying in the cafe to drink it or taking it away.
Sometimes you hear eat in or take away, too, right?
Yeah.
Especially maybe UK.
Exactly, yeah. Same meaning. Are you using their cups and space, or are you leaving with it? Simple but important for them.
And in our example, Alex answers for here
Yeah.
and then immediately adds something else.
Right. Alex says, "For here, and I'd like a chocolate cookie."
That and I like. Seems like a really smooth way to add another item.
It is. It just flows nicely. Instead of starting all over again, you just extend the order. "And I'd like," or you could also use, "could I also get?"
Could I also get a croissant?
Perfect. Keeps that polite tone going. So after you've added maybe your food item, or even if you haven't, the next standard question is,
Anything else?
yep, anything else. That's the barista checking if you're done ordering. It's your cue to either add more or close the order.
And how do we politely say, nope, that's everything?
The example gives us, "That's all, thanks." Short, clear, polite.
You could also say, no, that's all, thanks, maybe?
Definitely. Or, "That's it for me, thanks." The thanks or thank you is key again. Acknowledges their question.
Keeps things moving smoothly, avoids that awkward pause where they're wondering if you're still thinking.
Exactly. Speed and clarity are often appreciated in busy cafes.
Okay, but what about oops moments? Like you've ordered, they've maybe even repeated it back, and then you realize you wanted something different, like oat milk instead of regular.
Ah, yes, the last minute change. It happens. Alex in the dialogue handles this well. "Oh, actually, can you make the latte oat milk?"
That, oh, actually part feels important.
It really is. It softens the change. It signals like, oops, slight correction coming,
Mm-hmm.
without sounding demanding. And then the structure, "can you make it?" or "can you make the item with this detail?" is perfect.
So can you make the latte decaf? Or
Or even just stating the preference directly but politely, like, "No sugar, please," if they ask about sugar. Keep it quick and clear.
what if it's a bit more complex? Like decaf, extra hot, oat milk, no foam. That sounds like a mouthful.
It can be. But baristas hear it all. The trick is just saying it clearly. You could say, "Could I get a decaf latte, please? And could you make that extra hot with oat milk and no foam?"
Okay, so still using the polite starters.
Yeah, or string it together. "I'd like a decaf latte, extra hot, oat milk, no foam." Just list the modifiers. They're usually pretty good at catching those details. And don't hesitate to ask about things like ingredients if you need to.
Like allergies. Does this have nuts?
Exactly. Does this cookie contain nuts? Or Is the croissant dairy-free? Perfectly normal questions.
Super practical. Okay, order finalized, modifications made. Now, the money part, asking the price.
Pretty straightforward. How much is that? Is common. Or, what's the total?
And the barista will say something like,
That'll be 580. Or, that comes to 580. They often just say the numbers like 580 instead of $5.80.
good point. And then you say how you'll pay.
Right. We'll pay by card, or cash is fine, or maybe I've got exact change.
And if it's card, they'll usually point to the machine and say,
Something like, go ahead, insert or tap, or just follow the prompts. Pretty standard stuff.
okay, that covers the main transaction. But sometimes you need other things in a cafe, right? Like Wi-Fi.
Great point. The dialogue includes asking, could I get the Wi-Fi password? And the answer might be something specific like, it's bean time 2025.
And notice, it's that same polite structure again. Could I get?
Exactly. It's so versatile. Could I get an extra napkin, please? Could I get some sugar? Could I use the restroom?
Could I get a recommendation for something not too sweet?
Perfect. Having that could I get phrase down unlocks so many other potential interactions within the cafe setting.
This is really hitting home that idea of practical fluency. It's not about knowing thousands of words, but mastering these key structures.
Yeah.
So what does this all mean? Let's pull together the absolute essentials you need for your next cafe trip.
Okay, the core language takeaways are using I'd like or could I get to start politely.
Remembering, please.
Always. Then understanding the key questions like for here or to go.
And anything else.
And knowing how to respond clearly for here, please, to go, thanks, that's all, thanks.
And how to add items smoothly. And I'd like. Or could I also get?
Right, and for changes, oh, actually, can you make it? Or just stating the preference like, no sugar, please.
Then asking the price. How much is that?
Declaring payment, I'll pay by card, cash is fine.
And finally, closing quietly again with thanks or thank you.
Let's try putting it all together, maybe a slightly more complex order. Imagine you're ordering for 2 people.
Okay, hit me. I'm at the counter.
You could start.
Yep.
Hi there, could I get 2 coffees, please?
Simple enough. They might ask what kind.
Probably. So you could say, I'd like a medium Americano for here. And could I get a large iced latte with oat milk, please? That one's to go.
Okay, nice. Covered both drinks, sizes, for here to go, and the oat milk, all pretty clearly.
Exactly. And then maybe you remember something else.
Oh, and could I also get one of those blueberry muffins? Quick question, does it have nuts in it?
Perfect. See how you added the item and the question together? Very natural. The barista confirms, maybe, no, it's nut-free, then asks.
Anything else?
And you're ready with, nope, that's everything, thank you.
Then the price, say $12.50.
And you say, great, I'll pay by card.
Done. It feels much less intimidating when you break it down into those steps and have the phrases ready.
That's the whole idea. Busy cafe staff appreciate clarity and politeness, speaking clearly, having your phrases ready. It makes it smooth for everyone. And honestly, a little smile goes a long way too. It's the whole communication package.
That's such a good reminder. It's not just words, it's the attitude too. Well, this deep dive has hopefully given you, our listeners, a really solid practical toolkit. You should feel way more prepared for your next cafe visit.
Definitely. And this raises an important question. Thinking beyond just coffee, we've focused on polite structures like could I get and I'd like in the cafe context. So here's a little challenge for you. Practice saying a coffee order out loud right now using these phrases. Maybe just whisper it. But then think, how could you use these exact same polite structures, could I get, I'd like, can you, in totally different situations?
Oh, good one. Like asking for something in a shop.
Yeah, or asking for help at a hotel desk, requesting information, even asking someone to repeat something in a meeting politely.
Could I get that report again?
Yeah.
I'd like some information about the city tours.
Exactly. The core principle of polite requests in English is super versatile. So practice the coffee order, then actively think about where else you could apply these patterns today or tomorrow. It really broadens the value of what we've talked about.
That's a fantastic way to take this lesson and run with it. Make it bigger than just coffee. Brilliant. All right, that's all the time we have for this deep dive. Thank you so much for joining us.
Keep practicing, keep exploring.
And keep diving deep into English with us here at Learn English Online. We'll catch you next time.